everybody. Welcome in. Let's get into the second part of Marc B's interview, Stephen Smith's a sugar daddy. And with that, let's get into it.
I'm not sure what I'm saying to you. It was the fact that no gas, the fact that Seroquel was kicking, he knew that.
So if I
could you wait a minute? I want to get. He was not normal.
And when you say not normal, what do you mean by not normal?
He sounded like he was drunk. He doesn't take drugs. He doesn't drink other than smoke weed. He sounded like he was on something. He played it off to me on the call that I was talking to him a little bit earlier before all this, that he said to me, end quote, I'm tired. I've been at school and work, and I'm tired. And I believe I said to him, it doesn't sound like tired. And he says, Mark, I'm just tired. Okay. I believe if he was drugged and he came here, the house in the back, I don't know if this yellow car, the windows are tinted dark, but there's a yellow car that comes in that goes to the back people in the back.
And what's that got to do with this?
I don't know. If the yellow car that supposedly the sister says he was driving, windows are tinted, then he has been in here to the back.
But as of, he's never been here, though.
He's been here, yes, he's been here.
What's the reason for the yellow car?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. If that's the car that I'm thinking, because I've only seen that car once that I've seen it. When he came here, I didn't see the car. I mean, I don't know what car he came in. I assumed even on that date that I went to the house, he was still, because one of the texts and one of the calls that we talked, I asked him, did you get, because he came out to, when I was staying at Red Roof Inn, he came out in before. That was one of the last times I seen him before I went to Larry. And all that stuff coming down, with that little disagreement was when I was at Larry's. That tablet is his, and I'm telling you, the shit that's going on is off that tablet. That's why I wanted to show you that, because you can route the phone calls through the tablet, and it can still come up as number.
Well, Mark, let me ask you this. I got some other questions later on. You willing to come in?
I'm willing to do whatever you want. I just can't drive right now.
I'm not asking that right now.
Whatever. You want me to bend over backwards? You want me to do whatever you need me to do? I'm telling you, I'm not the one.
Okay.
I don't care what you want me to do. Okay. I will do anything you need.
Let me ask you this. Do y'all have any mutual friends that y'all were around?
Yes, there's a couple guys in town.
What are their ages?
One of them, I believe, is 18. A couple of them, one of them lives in Waterville.
Did he ever say he was with any of those that night?
He didn't say anything, but the kid that he took to Switchesville, Switches C. So that's somebody he goes to school with.
Let me start a little timeline here. All right, he died Wednesday morning. Is that correct?
Correct.
So Tuesday, let's say around 6 o'clock. Did you think you talked to him around 6 o'clock too? Whether by text or phone?
We talked all the time. I mean, you're asking questions. You got to remember, I did heavy drugs and stuff. I'm lucky I can remember some things. It's taking me time just to put a timeline together now. I mean, the drugs I'm lucky I can't even, if I don't put something by the door to go out the door, to go do something, I have to come back 20 times to get it. I mean, I'm putting it straight out to you, straightforward. So you're asking me questions. The phone is going to be more answers that could give you than I can give you on when we text. We text. I mean, I'm being straightforward with you. I'm not gonna tell you something and be caught in a lie because I don't remember when we talked, when we didn't. We were talking and texting all the time, sir. So I don't remember time.
I mean,
it's possible.
Here's a problem I have with it, and I'll go ahead and tell you the problem I have with it is you're able to tell me about all this other stuff that went.
But
let me finish. I'm not asking specific questions. I'm asking for a broad. I'm giving you a broad time. I said approximately. I'm not asking you to say 6:01 or 6:10. And I'm asking, specific things that he may have said, but you can tell me what somebody said yesterday calling you and harassing you. And
because certain things stick in my mind. Yeah, we probably did text, yes. I mean, I can tell you we text all the time. If we text, yes, I know we were texting.
Let me go ahead and tell you this. If you know anything and you're trying to hide it from me, let me finish. Whether you had anything to do with it or not, understand you can be held just as accountable for it. I mean, if it's somebody you know, some information that...
The only thing that I know is when the time that before the fire, and I said this to the sister, the one thing that was said that when I picked up the check for my deposits to the landlord, he, outside his church, he says, you and Stephen are going to burn in hell for being in a gay relationship, and it's sex. Either one of you or both of you. That's the only thing. And that night that we were either going to the beach or coming, that we stopped at a gas station, and he was the one just getting in the car, Mark, don't engage with him. It's not fucking worth it. We were at, I think it was the Shell going towards...
And what night was it?
It was a Friday night, but I don't remember the date.
Friday night before the 4th of July?
Yeah, it was way before the 4th of July. It was the weekend of the fire, and I don't remember what weekend with everything going on.
You keep talking about this fire. What kind of fire?
It was electrical fire because me and Stephen went over to the guy to talk about him working on the house.
What fire you with? This was your previous residence?
Yes, there was the guy was a Mexican. He didn't know what he was doing with construction. There was problems with the other guy putting GFIs in. It rained Sunday morning. into Monday morning. I got woken up by my son and the other 2 kids, and they're saying smoke. The smoke detectors didn't even go off. I guess because of the rain and whatever they were doing. Here, let me show you. The guy was putting these long nails through the walls. Okay, actually, I have it better because I printed it. Yeah, but the fact is, one of the wires, because I had to get my old washer back from a friend and dryer, one of the wires went right through where the wire for the dryer is. And that must have set a lot of issues off. And it started a fire in the house. That was 94.
Can I ask you one thing?
What?
You can remember everything about everything else.
Because you're asking specific things that I can't give you.
But you can be in detail, but where this nail went, what wire it struck, but you can't remember, and this happened
less than a week ago.
Yeah, less than a week ago, and you can't remember last time.
Okay, let me explain it to you. Some of these things, I wasn't on my Seroquel. I wasn't taking my Seroquel. That's the difference that you're asking. When some of these things happen, I wasn't taking my Seroquel. That is the difference that you're asking. The calls and some of the things that he's asking me that night, that's one of the reasons why I couldn't go. You seen when you came in today, up until now. I'm still coming off of it. You could see me when I'm on first thing in the morning. You look at my eyes. They're not bloodshot. They're red from the Seroquel.
So when did you take it Tuesday? When did you take that Tuesday? You took that Tuesday night?
Tuesday.
When Stephen called you?
I took it way before that because he had the habit of calling and saying he's going to come and he can't come because then he's got to go do something else.
So basically what you're saying, so what you're going to be telling us now could not be true then, right?
It is true because the texts are going to tell you what it is.
But you say that you can't remember.
I took it about 1 o'clock. It takes an hour or so before it really, or 2 hours or 3 hours before it starts working. Before I totally go out, you're looking at about 4 hours. And then at that point, I'm out for a while. If there's a fire in here, if that fire would have happened when I took my medicine when the kids started going to sleep at 10 o'clock, by 1 o'clock, if that fire would have happened between 1 and, say, 4 in the morning, we would have all burnt in hell. Because I cannot physically, I can hear what goes on, whether or not I can't physically get up. The body is like, you're making a face.
Yeah, I am. Because all this stuff that you're telling me is...
Talk to my doctor and you talk.
Well, I don't need to talk to you, doctor. I'm talking to you. You can recall so much from everything else, even when you take your medicine. And then you're telling me, now because we give you like a little bit of timeline, you say you take it at 1 o'clock, and it takes 1 hour, or maybe 2, or maybe 3.
It depends on what medicine I'm taking. I take multiple... All right. Listen, if you're trying to run the phone records, it's going to tell it. Take the phone. I'm not going to be ridiculed I'm not going to be ridiculed. I already got the mother telling me and making accusations.
And nobody here has made no accusations. The problem I have with is you're not able to recall things that you say, and that in itself to me is a problem. Okay.
All right, fine. I understand that.
But you're saying you're receiving these phone calls from people who are threatening you from the Cayman Islands. You're saying that you're receiving them from people around here?
I don't know. Did I say around here? I said that they're saying I'm going to die. They're unavailable numbers. How do I know? You see that the phone says the Cayman Islands. All right, but the ones that are unavailable until phone records are pulled, I don't know where they're coming from.
I will say this. I don't have anything else for you. All right, but I will say, if you want to cooperate, continue to cooperate.
I'm cooperating, but you're.
I'm not saying you're not cooperating. See, you're jumping to accusations just because we're asking you questions.
I don't have answers. It's not that I don't like. I don't have answers.
You do have answers.
But I don't know.
Wait a second. You say the phone's going to answer, and I'm good with that. All right. But the problem is if somebody...
Do you understand how many times we text?
Doesn't matter. Okay, let me ask you this. I can tell you right now. I can tell you what my wife or anybody... I text a lot with my wife and my daughter. And I can pretty much tell you. I can't tell you every word that they say, but I can give you the gist of the conversation.
And I can give you that, but
that's all I'm asking. I'm not asking, and I've told you this from the beginning. I'm not asking for specifics. I'm just asking to be general. I come in here telling you timeline, same thing. I'm not asking you to
tell me. A lot of the texts are what we're going to do, or can he come by, or do you want me to meet you? One of the texts, and I don't remember exactly whether it was Wednesday night, but I know Tuesday or Monday night, I did text him, and he was coming from school, or was supposed to be, do you want me to cook you something?
That's all I'm asking for. One of the things I'm asking for on some of these texts, did he say anything while he was walking, like, there's something suspicious?
He never said he was walking. I said to you, I asked because I heard the tires, are you walking? His answer to me was no.
Okay. Did he ever say anything suspicious was happening to him?
That night?
Yes.
He did say that he felt he was being followed.
Okay. And did he give you any indication? And I'm not, like I said, this is generic. I don't expect...
Well, if you ask specific questions, I'm going to give you what I know.
I have been asking you the same questions I'm asking you now. But
Can I do something? Mm-hmm. All right, go ahead.
All right. The thing I'm asking is, when he said that he felt like he was being followed, did he say, there's a car following me, or I was in a restaurant, or I was at the gas station?
They said he was up there, but he was up at that blinking light up there. He said his family said he was up at the Exxon. He said he was up, and I can't remember, if you go out, like you're going out to Walterboro, sir, there's a 4-way blinking light, and there's a store right to the right.
Snyder's Crossroads.
Oh, see, I don't know where. He said he was out there. They said he got cigarettes at Exxon.
Now, let me ask you this. Is that where he said he felt like he was being followed at?
Yes, he said that he was being harassed at that store.
By who?
He didn't say. He said it was a couple of guys in the pickup truck. If I recall correctly, he said they were rednecks. But I know.
Did he ever give you a description of the pickup truck? Yeah, he may or may not.
He said it was big and it was tall. He didn't give me a description with the mud tires. But the last time we talked, that night, before the phone went down, and I said to him, "Are you walking or not?" I called him back. Or was that before? I know at one point I heard mud tires. I heard big mud tires. And I.
In other words, when you say you hear
in the background,
you hear him whining, is what you're trying to say? Like,
yeah, I hear the mud tires like they're coming towards him or going past him because they sounded loud. That they were getting louder, and that I believe was the last time I talked to him.
So you asked him what was going on? What are you doing? You asked him what he was doing?
At one point, yes, I did. He said he was coming to me.
No, when you heard those mud tires, you didn't ask him.
That was
what's
the
going
point.
on? What you
Because
doing?
first I heard a semi, then I heard the mud tires. Right after all that, it went down. The phone went on me.
So he had you on speakerphone?
I don't think so.
So you can hear mud tires while
I don't know what he did.
Now I'm asking you, can you hear mud tires while you're on the phone while you're walking down the highway?
I guess. I mean, I don't know because I know if I'm walking, you could hear a lot on the phone. It depends on how we have the phones turned
If
up.
he's on speakerphone, yeah, but if he ain't on speakerphone, how can you hear?
I don't know. But I guess it's on speakerphone. But I know I can't. You could hear certain things when I'm walking.
How do you know there was mud tires?
By the sound of them. Basically, you know, like a big truck with big tires, you could hear your.
And how about the semi?
The semi, you could hear it was a semi. My uncle drove semis.
So you can hear from the semi, then the...
I could identify the two different vehicles. Yes.
You don't remember about what time that was?
I'm not asking you
Just a general.
specific.
If you give me a minute, I'm trying to put. That was a little bit before. And the call before that, I heard a lot of dogs in the background, like barking. And I don't know where he was at that point. But them tires. And that's why I went out to the scene. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to see because the semi was the first one, and then
you went to the scene.
I went to the scene because I went out to the house because he also told me.
What time did you go to the scene?
The day after the wake.
Oh, the day after the wake.
Because I didn't even know. I didn't know until my friends started telling me you're talking about Stephen Smith. I didn't even know he had passed away or he was hit. I didn't know nothing about this until I was going to go to an NA meeting, and my friend gave me gas to go, and I drove right by the wake. And that's when I drove by, and she asked me again, "You're talking about Stephen Smith, 19 years old." That's when I learned this happening.
Okay. Stephen had an alias named Brian. You ever know him about him using that?
Yeah, that's a killer. I heard about that. That's something he uses. Brian. It ain't just Brian he uses. Brian, is it Brian? Brian something was something he used. Now that you mention it, that jars a memory. Brian. It wasn't just Brian he used on.
Is that the alias name he used for the sex chat rooms and
Craigslist?
Craigslist?
Not the Craigslist, but I don't know about sex chats. But I know about escort agent. But it wasn't just Brian. I gotta really think about that one. There was something else, Brian. I want to say Brian something, but it wasn't just Brian. Brian wasn't Brian Brown, but there was something else added to that to use for the escort agency.
Wait, what's the escort agency you have it for?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna get that. It's Ashley's escort agency.
Ashley, where at?
She's at Hilton Head.
And Hilton Head?
Yeah, my phone will take a minute. I don't know which one he was using, but I know we were supposed to go do something this Saturday, and it was supposed to be the whole weekend. He was going to take off school and everything.
I would probably say, you know,
if it has to do with anything, but what I'm going to tell you is what I know, and I know enough of enough. His sister, when it was like he was going to do anything, like I showed one of the officers, like if you go on Craigslist and you just go out, clear out, like if you're an officer and you're talking to me, and I say I need money to perform a service, that's an automatic go to jail card. An automatic, there's a lot of noises that drive me nuts around here right now. A go to jail card. I know that he told me the sister will do the calls and work a lot of it.
This is his twin sister?
Yeah, the little one. And I know very well there's a lot of things that bother me that I back myself out of the house. Let me get what I got for you. Because I haven't worked for her in a while. Ashley. It should be under something else. Ashley, I know. This is it here. Yeah, this is it here. This is the escort. It doesn't have the escort thing. This is her number, but a lot of the
Yes,
times.
ma'am. How you doing?
My name is Randy Murdough.
Marc B.
He's a client of ours.
You got here?
Yes, go ahead. Hey. That's that number.
Hey, how you doing? Hey.
so as far as the last time you was working the escort service, how long ago was that?
I don't want to get involved in y'all. He called and said.
We're not accusing him, and he hasn't been read for rights.
No.
This is just an interview with him.
Okay, so I can.
Yes, ma'am. This is not any accusations or anything like that.
He called and said that
Yes.
he was experiencing some kind of meltdown. He called the office a few minutes ago and got the case manager kind of alerted. So.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm trying to get into a therapist because I got a lot of shit going on, and they want that Ashley's not around.
Okay, well I'll try to see if I can get you an appointment.
Okay.
Okay. I'm at my office.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right.
Go ahead. What were you asking?
the last time you had any dealings with that escort service?
I called there a couple times, but they weren't willing to use me anymore because they weren't using males down that way.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Could it have been of your age, possibly because of your age?
Probably, because a lot of them is my age, and a lot of the guys, if it's me, want me totally shaved down. Any of the kids, the younger kids, I hate to say it, and it's as sick as a fucking could be, if they're 19 or if they're 25 or 36, they want them looking like boys.
Let me ask you this.
And
go ahead. No.
I'm giving you what I know. Okay, you want to know about them? 90% of it, and I'm not saying any, 90% of these guys that are using the escort agency are guys that have money, and they're usually older, and they're looking for guys that look like kids.
Now, you don't know if he was working with an escort agency.
I know he was because he told us.
But it wasn't Ashley.
No, I know it wasn't Ashley.
Sure
yes, well, he said no. I mean, when I asked him, was it, and I showed him the number, he told me no.
Okay. And
but Ashley does all over, so it's possible.
So it's possible that...
It's possible, but he looked right at me and said no.
Did he ever give you a name of the escort service he may have been working with?
No. He never gave it to me.
Okay.
And, I mean, he sometimes gave me names, but I'm really bad with names.
Yeah, that was a good question. Are there any other escort agencies that he may be using?
I mean, they're all over the place.
What's some names of?
I don't know. I mean, I'm wanting to go on the thing right now, but the way I am, I don't know. What you have to Google is Google...
That's all right. I mean,
Google escort agency. Google male escorts. And they're going to pop a lot of things. And then a lot of them numbers are being killed. A lot of them, because Ashley's number may not be actually active, because I know one of the reasons why she stopped using males, the reason why we use escort agencies, all right, Craigslist is entirely, I know a lot of times, people are getting killed. An escort agency, how it works, is if I go out on a job, all right, once I get to my destination, I call there. They know I'm there. Once I go in and meet with the customer, because they got to pay you up front. No matter what, at any point there's a problem, I back myself out. The customer already knows that. I got to go somewhere once I get my money, put it wherever I'm going to put it, tell her whether we're going to stay there, move to another location. If I move to another location or they want to move me, I got to call the escort agency. That's the difference about using an escort agency and doing a freelance. Freelance, you're going to wind up somewhere dead. Okay, I'm telling you, if this has to do with freelance, that could be why. But I know whatever going on has to do with a club. We're going to go to a club, but I know the club he was dancing at closed. I thought he said...
Has he been to any other clubs that you know of?
Yes. Like I said, I don't remember the name. He said it's one that does, but from my worst memory, I thought he said that the one that he went to, and now I remember there is another one that will let him in, because there's another one, that one closes by midnight. The other one that we were talking about going, he could only go in with me, and that closes at 1 a.m. And I'm trying to remember for the worst of me what night we were asking.
Well, let me ask you one other thing then, pretty much. As far as Stephen goes, though, he never specifically told you he was doing any of that, as far as you know.
Go to the Pacific, what, your escort agency?
Whether he's doing it freelance or through an escort agency.
He's been doing it both ways.
So you know that he's been doing it both ways?
Yes.
All right.
You want me to tell you why?
No, what I'm going to do is basically, you've got some pretty decent information.
But I'm going to tell you why. He said, and he did lie about this, he said he was living with Mama. And he said the money that he's making off this is helping his mother. Now I come to find out he's living with Daddy.
Okay.
So there is a little bit of fibbing there.
Okay.
But I'm going to say one other thing before you go to what you're going to go. He did not want me in Hampton City. He did not want me in Hampton. He wanted me in Somerville or Waterville. He didn't even want me in Waterville. He wanted me in Somerville.
Okay.
And he said that things were going to come down if I was here. And we've been seen in town hugging and kissing. The night that I came out was a Sunday night, and I'm trying to remember when my little trust went in, because I don't think my checks went in, because I pulled money out of Bank of America, because I know that he needed money for his uniforms. His sister said, this is, I believe, what is this? This is the Cayman Islands. Hello? Yes?
Yeah, hi, is Mark available?
Yes?
Is this him?
Yes?
Perfect. My name is Sandra, and I'm calling with the law offices of Lexington Law Firm. How are you doing today?
Yes, ma'am. What can I do for you?
I just wanted to go over...
I can't deal with that. Ma'am, I can't deal with that now.
Okay, well, is there a time maybe a little bit later you can
Tomorrow,
give us a call
ma'am. I told you I didn't have the money for it. Okay?
Okay,
It's
do you
really...
have our telephone number to give us a call back at here, Mark?
Yes, I have your number.
All right, perfect. Give us a call when you can, okay?
All right. I'm going to see something. They're almost exactly the same numbers. And it would be because it comes up Cayman Island 3, 4, 4.
Hope you got anything else? Y'all go ahead. I'll be right outside.
All right.
Mark, is there anything else that you think you can think of?
I have a big issue with the system.
That's fine. I'm not worried about that. Like I said, we are dumping the phone. I mean,
I have no issue with that. You want this phone?
No, that's fine. If I need it, I'll get it from you.
I'm trying to see something because I'm trying to see the number for the Cayman Islands.
All right, basically what I'm going to do is just conclude the interview.
I can tell you, no, it is a different number.
Okay.
It is a different number. He was the one that told me the last thing, if you want to keep it recording.
I got it.
He told me the first time that I did pick him up the first night, he said that I love you, I want to be with you, but when you need to get your stuff straightened out to a place of living, and I need to get a few things straightened out in Hampton.
Okay.
But he did say to me, and he said once I can graduate, he wanted to move back to Florida.
Okay. All right.
I'm telling you, man.
That's fine.
I'm telling you, man to man, that if it has to do with me, I'm not knowing.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, I was here.
And I'm not trying to accuse you of that, but some of the things that that's why the frustration sets in as far as you can remember this, but you can't remember that.
Because you got to understand, I got a lot of brain injuries.
Okay.
And you're trying to hit me with things just to get a timeline. I mean, I had to think, because I'm thinking in my head that these calls are coming in Thursday morning.
Okay.
And I really had to look and ask my friend, because you're banging me on dates and times. I had to call my friend and ask him, was this Wednesday morning or was this Tuesday morning? When we went to Waterboro.
Okay.
Because in my own little head, I got a lot of brain injuries. And I'm telling you what I know. But when you start, to me, digging a lot of information, I go in and make sure.
Let me explain that digging information is. That's for your behalf and mine and his.
But and I understand that. But you got to understand, I get overwhelmed and hit real quick.
Okay.
If I come up with anything.
Let me go through this, and then I've got to go because we've got one other place to go to. If I have any more questions, may not.
Whatever you need, I'm willing.
Okay.
You want me to take a lie detector test? I'm telling you, I'll do it. Let's do it. Set it up.
Okay.
Let's do it, because I'm telling you, I didn't do this.
And that's what if it comes to that, we'll get together on that.
Listen, you want to do a cavity search? Whatever you need, I'm willing.
Okay.
I will go to the end of the earth for him. But I'm telling you, man to man, I did not kill him.
Okay. All right. Mark.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Until this is proven, she's saying I'm stalking her. The problem I got with that is when I got a text a call from one of the friends that we all know, said to me that she just called back after you left and she left the clerk up there at the Shell and asked where you were going, what the guy told you that you know, where you're going, and what do you do. I got an issue with that. I don't stalk the woman.
If you start running into a situation like that,
I asked the officer. I called dispatch last night. I'm feeling that I backed off going out to that area because I was by the Piggly Wiggly and I knew there was an officer not too far. Gotta remember, I'm an ex-gangbanger.
I understand.
And I get a feeling to what I'm feeling. The mother was staring at me at the.
Well, if you start having issues with it, just go back up there and they'll take out whatever they need to do. They'll write up the paperwork and you can get this stopped. Okay.
I feel, and these little unavailables, I feel they're coming from the system.
Okay.
The system. That's my feeling. What do you need from Verizon?
Oh, I don't need it. I've already got everything I need. I mean, we get a search warrant for it and all.
All right.
So you don't have to.
So you know that's my phone that
yes,
I got.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I have. You want to search? You want to search the house? Go ahead.
Nope,
What you got to do?
No.
I'm telling you.
Like I said,
you want to search the car? Search the car.
Right now.
I have no issue with whatever you want to do.
And like I said,
I'm not the one you're looking for.
Right now, you're the closest thing though that we can get information from.
Because I mean, whether he's close, but he told me to watch out for his sisters.
I understand.
But what I'm heard about mostly is I loved him. I was in love with him, and he said that the family would accept me no matter what. And I'm hurt by what the mother's doing.
Okay.
And that's mainly what's bothering me.
I understand.
And I am insecure being here because I got to, at some point, bring my son here. And I don't know that that's a good idea at this point.
I understand. All right. Well, I will be getting back in touch with you if you need anything.
I mean, anything you need, guy, I have. I mean, I moved here because of Stephen, so we could be closer.
Okay.
Why would the fuck I kill him?
I understand. Nobody's accusing you of that.
But the mother is going around town saying it.
People go around saying a lot of things a lot of times. You have to understand.
But you understand she's grieving like I am.
I understand.
I understand she's a grieving mother. But I deal with...
That's why I will tell you, just back away, don't say anything. You know.
One thing I thought of. You might want to put that on. One thing I thought of is that trailer that the first time when I got my car and we met, and this is why, even making calls, I could call somebody and talk to them for 20 an hour and stuff, hang up and remember something. That's why I say brain injuries. He told me the time that we had the altercation going to coming from the beach. It was coming from the beach because I had to get gas in the Lincoln.
Right.
He said about the trailer because that was the trailer that I went out to the house. I wanted to look at what he was telling me because when I went to bed at night. There's that trailer next to the property. There's a sign of him going in the window. And apparently when he was in high school, like not senior year, but one of the years before, he didn't give me a time frame.
Sometime in high school.
Sometime in high school, thank you for that. That he went in the trailer with one of the guys, and there was an altercation in there, and the father put him going in. Apparently, there may still be stuff of his in there.
Okay.
That was why I went out, but I just went out to see. I went to look at tracks in there. Okay. I'm assuming one of your officers went to that, but that trailer, the one with the picture, I can't remember for the world of me what he said about that 60. Another thing, why I can think of it, there were people mocking him every time this Craigslist went up. There was something that he did put up that I did see, and I did call him and text. I think called him. I don't want to go into. I text him.
Right, I understand.
I mean, because you
communicated with him.
We communicated. I don't know if it's call or text because a lot of times I'm not a big texter.
Right.
I mean, so a lot of times I will try and text him. Not to get off track. He said to me, it's on it. I just lost it. He said to me about that they said that he raped the kid, but the kid was on top of him. Stephen was mostly a bottom. And he said when the first time that we were at my house at 94, he says, I never topped. You're the second man that I have done this with. I'm usually always a bottom and do oral. You're the second man, and the first man wound up beating the shit out of me.
Okay.
So,
all right. Well,
the age difference, I know.
I'm not worried about that age difference. What I'm telling you is because I actually got to go do another one. I will contact you back, and if
I was at the funeral home. I was getting bad vibes from the mother side. He did tell me that the two blind girls, they always try to mess up his boyfriend and stuff. This, and I don't mean to point, but this is why he didn't want me around the family for some reason.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, there were texts that he was supposed to be coming here. He never showed up.
Okay.
And I was getting a little upset. Why didn't you show?
I mean,
there was never a physical, verbal. There may have been little things that we were having little disagreements, but we never argued as far as verbal, as far as physical.
Okay.
I never got physical with him.
Okay.
And honestly, I will put a woman down on the ground verbally. I will get physically verbal with a woman. I've been assaulted by a woman. My sister tried to cut my own shit up. That's why I'm gay. With a fucking meat cleaver to boot. So I don't deal with women at all.
I understand.
Okay, but we never got physical in anything.
Okay.
And if it was physical, it was sexual.
Okay. All right.
That was about the only physical things we did together.
Okay, Mark. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
I am going to be honest. The more I listen to Marc B, I do not think he, again, had anything to do with Stephen Smith's murder. The next interrogation we are going to listen to is Mr. Durham, the single father of one who met Stephen off Craigslist. So if Stephen was meeting men off of Craigslist and going by the alias of Ryan something, what does his twin sister know? Because if Mark is not lying, which my gut tells me he is being honest, then how much of what she said in her interview is even true? And then we have Buster Murdaugh. So far, the only rumor I hear is Buster was being tutored by Stephen, and it may have been more than just educational wise. Also, in the next video, we are going to go over a map just to see where Stephen's school was, where he was living, where Mark was living, and where Stephen was hit by the car, and where the Murdaughs lived. Everyone, drop your comments and let me know what you think, and what do you think happened to Stephen Smith. But with that, it is a wrap. Everybody, thank you for coming in. Please make sure you click that like, the subscribe, and the bell for notifications, so you do not miss the next time we drop a video, and hopefully go live. Everybody, have a good day or a good night wherever you are in the world, and stay vigilant. I am out.